Alright, what's going on, guys? First and foremost, thanks to everybody who joined the server recently. If you're here to test Whale Watcher, I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how you can use it. This is the first thing you're going to see when you join the FlipHub server. So I'll just look around for now. Basically, in order to use Whale Watcher, you're going to need the right permissions. So we're going to go to the role selection page here and click on Whale Watcher. It's going to go ahead and give you the tester role. Definitely make sure to read this page. It's going to give you a better idea of how this works, but just so you know how to get started, once you have that role, we're going to come to the Whale Watcher channel. You're going to go ahead and hit create ticket, and now that's going to create a new ticket for you. You'll see here, you're going to go ahead, click on that channel. The first thing you need to do is just run the setup command, and that's just going to be !setup. Send that, and you're going to get a response here. It's going to ask you for your keeper key. Obviously use a real key here. And then it's been saved. At this point you can hit add seller and add it by an actual seller here, and that's going to save it. And then we can actually go ahead and check the sellers we have listed here. Obviously this is going to be an actual seller. You'll need their seller ID. We can also go ahead and delete a seller, so we're going to copy this and just go delete seller, and we'll get message successfully deleted. You can go ahead and hit tokens to go ahead and check your current token count. I'm not going to do it now since the token I entered isn't actually real, but if you did want to see your current configuration, you can actually do !config. Let's just show you the API key that you entered, the channel that your messages are going to go to. That's just the ID, but it'll be your ticket here. You can see the actual name of the ticket. None of this is too important, but if you did want to verify your API key that you got it right, this is what you would check. Honestly, that's basically it. Once you've added a seller, you can just, like I said, look at them using the sellers tab. But once they're actually in this list and you've actually configured your keeper key, every 15 minutes the bot's going to run, and then it should go ahead and actually start adding ASINs here. The first time it runs, it's going to go ahead and basically catalog the seller store. The second time it runs, if it finds any new ASINs, that's when you'll be alerted. So once again, it runs every 15 minutes. And the other thing to be wary of, if you come up to the announcement page, and it is actually linked here and how it works as well. And this post here does detail kind of how the how the tokens work. Every store or seller that you scrape and their storefront or their ASINs, that's 10 tokens. Getting any details for an ASIN, like the buy box, the category, things like that, that costs 1 token. To generate that keeper graph, that's also another token. Basic keeper plan, just so you know, it comes with 300 tokens. That refills 5 a minute. So in an hour, you'll refill back to 300. And it never goes more than 300, right? So always keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out how many sellers you can add. Kind of gauge between how many tokens you're consuming. It runs every 15 minutes, so if I were to come back here, let's say in the next minute or so, and you can do it simultaneously, but you can just come back here and do tokens. Again, I won't run it since my token is going to just return an error, but basically you can check how many tokens you actually have, and that'll go ahead and give you a good idea whether you can spare any tokens to add more sellers, things like that. Just like I said, for all the actual details, definitely, looks like we got some guys who want a web app here. Appreciate everybody who voted. But yeah, we scrape every 15 minutes, so just simple math here. If we have 3 sellers, that's 30 tokens to get their storefront. If we scrape every 15 minutes, that's actually 120 an hour. So you'd have 180 tokens left, and that's 180 either new ASINs or new graphs. So obviously, if you don't have much traction here, it wouldn't hurt to set this up to 4 or 5, maybe even 6 sellers, but definitely play around with that. Any feedback you guys have, please go ahead and post it here. Well, this is basically beta testing now. So yeah, any bugs, that's what we're here for, to kind of stress test the system. It might break. Please be patient. Once again, thanks to everybody who's joined recently. And yeah, use the tool.